Well, Gavin, it is really great just to be here with you and to be in your house in this beautiful island of Westray. I'm just looking out the window. I'm going to do a quick scan here because just looking out, what's that? That's Papa over there, and there's the scene. You came from originally Westray Hales in Edinburgh. We were talking about this earlier. And you made some interesting comments about the difference between perspectives of the city and perspectives on the island here, of an island of 600 people. I mean, say something more about that again.
It's from a reflection in the city. We live in a market-driven society where it's about success, results, effectiveness, and strategy, which are all good things and important and are necessary. However, in the island context here in Westray of 600 people, the vast majority of people who are farmers by trade, they have a greater appreciation to season and preparation and harvest and reaping and sowing.
Yes.
So in many ways that comes into our church life.
Yes.
Because naturally there is more of an openness to identify what season of a church life they're in and how that shapes their mission. Does that make sense?
Yeah, let me ask it's practically a crass question, but
sure.
Because it anticipates an answer and I don't want to do that, but is God more like a businessman or a farmer? Or is he like neither? Or is he like both?
Well, I think there's clear illustration in Scripture from the Gospels that you look at the parable of the sower.
Yes.
That was one example, or you look at the parable of the growing seed. The growing seed is at work even when we don't see it.
Yes. Yeah.
And in many ways, I think that's true in ministry. Sometimes God's most at work, even when there's no outward sign of it. There is growth taking place under the soil. So. Yeah, and again, I suppose if you look at Paul when he says to Timothy that a hard-working farmer reaps a harvest.
So, coming to the island, you've been here nearly 3 years. How has that formed and shaped your understanding of mission and ministry?
I think in a small context here, relationships need to be absolutely key.
Yeah.
Like anywhere, but in a small context of 600 people, everyone knows you.
Yeah.
So mission isn't just an activity.
Yeah.
It has to come from integrity in your own heart and your own walk with God first.
Yeah.
And then hopefully, God willing, they'll see the fruits of the Spirit in your own life.
So I'm thinking, shouldn't it be like that in the city as well, or is it different?
Oh, absolutely, but I think naturally, in a context like here in Westray, where everyone knows everyone.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, like it or not, in the city you're just a face. You don't really know your neighbours as well. Your decisions that you make in your day-to-day walk don't affect anyone but you and your family. They often don't affect your neighbours.
Yes.
Well, here, every decision that I make has an effect on someone else or some other family on the island who will affect another family on the island. And that's fine. So of course it should happen in the city, but it naturally doesn't organically work like that as much as it does here.
Yes. What would you like people's prayer to be for the church in Westray?
Firstly, that would be an authentic Christ-centred community. That as God's people, we truly learn what does it mean to live our lives for God's glory. Because unless that comes first, all our outreach is useless.
And what would your prayer be for the church at large in our nation?
Lord, help us to return to our first love. Because really that's what it's about.
Gavin, thank you. The Lord bless you.
You too.
Thank you. Bye.